Krishna Chandra Bhattacharyya was one of modern India's most important but forgotten philosophers. He believed that political freedom alone was not enough. A nation becomes truly independent only when its people think freely and develop their own intellectual identity. During British colonial rule, Indians are politically dominated, but Bhattacharya argued that the deeper problem was mental slavery. Many educated people accept Western ideas without critical reflection and slowly lost confidence in their own tradition. To overcome this problem, Bhattacharya introduced the idea of Swaraj. Swaraj means self-rule, but for him it also meant intellectual independence. People should think creatively instead of blindly copying foreign concepts and philosophies. Bhattacharya did not reject Western philosophy completely. Instead, he believed Indian thinkers should critically examine Western ideas and reinterpret them. According to Indian cultural experience, true philosophy begins only when the mind becomes inwardly free and original. According to Bhattacharya, borrowed ideas without reflection destroy originality. A society that merely imitates others loses its creative power. Therefore, intellectual freedom is as important as political freedom for the growth of civilization and culture. Bhattacharya also developed a deep concept of philosophy. For him, philosophy was not simply academic debate or logical argument. Philosophy was a movement of consciousness toward truth and self-understanding through critical reflection and inner awareness. He explained that science studies external objects, but philosophy studies consciousness itself. Human beings usually focus on worldly activities, but philosophy asks deeper questions about reality, knowledge, freedom, and the true nature of the self. Bhattacharya divided philosophical thinking into different levels. First come ordinary experience, then reflective thought, and finally spiritual reflection. At its highest stage, philosophy becomes self-realization rather than merely intellectual discussion or theoretical knowledge. One of Bhattacharya's most important ideas is subject as freedom. He argued that the true self is not an object controlled by society, body, or external condition. The subject is actually free consciousness and inner awareness. In ordinary life, humans often identify themselves only with body, emotion, or social identity. Bhattacharya believed this is a limited understanding. The deeper self transcends this limitation and possesses a inner freedom beyond material condition. He described freedom in three stages. First is physical freedom from oppression. Second is mental freedom from fear and prejudice. Third and highest is spiritual freedom, where consciousness realizes its own independent and limitless nature. For Bhattacharya, true liberation does not come only through political or social reform. Real freedom comes when the self becomes aware of its deeper spiritual nature and rises above ignorance, attachment, and dependence on external forces. Bhattacharya also interpreted the Advaitic doctrine of Maya in a philosophical way. Maya does not simply mean illusion. It means human beings mistake limited appearance for ultimate reality because their consciousness remains incomplete and conditioned. According to him, people identify temporary things as permanent realities. They confuse ego, body, and worldly experience with the true self. This misunderstanding creates suffering, attachment, and spiritual ignorance within human consciousness. Bhattacharya explained that the world is not completely unreal. Instead, reality appears in partial and distorted form due to ignorance. Ultimate truth exists beyond this appearance in pure consciousness, which Advaita philosophy calls Brahman. He connects the doctrine of Maya with the idea of freedom. As long as humans remain trapped in illusion, ego, limitation, and ignorance, they cannot become truly free, either intellectually or spiritually. Bhattacharya believed that intellectual slavery is also a form of Maya. Blind limitation prevent independent thinking and keep people mentally dependent. Therefore, overcoming Maya means awakening critical consciousness and discovering one's authentic intellectual voice. His philosophy combined Indian spiritual tradition with modern philosophical method. From Advaita Vedanta, he inherited the idea of Maya and self-realization, while Western thinker inspired his analysis of consciousness and reflective thinking. Even today, Bhattacharya's ideas remain highly relevant. In a globalized world, many societies continue to imitate dominant culture. His philosophy reminds us that true progress requires intellectual creativity, cultural confidence, and freedom of consciousness. K.C. Bhattacharya's philosophy ultimately teaches that freedom begins with the mind. Political independence may free a nation externally, but only intellectual and spiritual awakening can make human beings truly liberated and self-aware. If you are still watching, I hope you are finding this content useful. Please like and share this video, subscribe to the channel and share your thought in the comment. Your support motivates me to create even more content like this.